We have 1.5 acres. We want to put our onions, cabbage, and then tomatoes.
You have to start with a good, well-made nursery bed, and of course not leaving out a quality seed.
Currently, the level of hybrids is going up, unlike the OPVs, because the production of hybrids is higher.
Between 200 and 350 million people live within or adjacent to forested areas around the world. Local communities are at the forefront of the symbiotic relationship between humans and forests, forest-dwelling wildlife species, and the ecosystem services they provide. This 3rd March 2021, Uganda will join the rest of the world to commemorate World Wildlife Day 2021 under the theme Forests and Livelihoods, Sustaining People and Planet, as a way to highlight the central role of forests, forest species and ecosystems serving in sustaining the livelihoods of hundreds of millions of people globally. Powered by Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Uganda Wildlife Authority and partners.
This weekend on UBC.
Youth of Purpose.
Share with us your opinion about patriotism.
Patriotism is one's undying love,
devotion,
loyalty,
willingness to serve your country.
Uganda comes first.
All of us Ugandan citizens must be patriotic.
We're going to be learning a skill each episode.
We are here to make herbal soap. And the good thing about this solar dryer, even in the evening when the sun has gone, it's able to contain the heat.
We are going to take you through again our steps for making charcoal lighters.
We are building an elevator.
We are transforming you socially, economically.
We are Youth of Purpose.
Brought to you by Uganda First.
Let me drink one for the road. Let me drink one for the road.
Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Oh, oh.
No, I've never been someone shy until I seen your eyes. Still I had to try, yeah.
Girl, every little thing I do it for you. In every little song I sing it for you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Henry Dogu, a consultant in hematology and oncology. Health promotion and disease prevention programs focus on keeping people healthy. They aim to engage and empower individuals and communities to choose healthy behaviors and make changes that reduce the risk of developing chronic diseases and other illnesses. Join me on New Health Chat every Thursday at 9 p.m. on UBC TV, sponsored by National Medical Stores, who are mandated to procure, store and distribute essential medicines and medical supplies to all public health facilities in the country.
Uganda, the land of sunshine. Breathtaking, stunning sights, incredibly extensive large greenery. variety of wild animals and bird species. A wide range of luxury holiday facilities, diverse rich culture, the home of beautiful, welcoming, hospitable people. Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
A very good evening and a warm welcome. This is UBC News at 8. I'm Lorene Masika Kazimoto. It is the second day of March 2021. Now we start off with our first headlining story this evening. Parliament has ruled that all those who have a list of missing persons who have been abducted or arrested by different security agencies present them for follow-up. The ruling follows failure by line ministries of Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Ministry of National Security to adduce the list of suspected missing persons who are alleged to have been abducted by state security agents. To date, none of them have been arraigned for trial in competent courts of law, even with the head of state admitting that they are in safe custody of the state, but with issues to answer. Our parliamentary reporter Susan Nawonga with the details.
Last week you directed the Minister of Internal Affairs to bring the list of who members are calling missing persons, but there are people who have been arrested and abducted. And up to now, nothing has come out. However, Reasonable Speaker, we only see the spokesperson of Uganda Police communicating through Uganda Media Center as usual, and up to now, we've not got any answer about people who are being abducted, yet they are still abducting others.
Last month, President Museveni, in his televised address laid live from his country home in Rachtura, ordered security agencies to come up with a list of all persons said to be under their custody. This followed several complaints from families of missing persons at the hands of suspected state security agents operating under covert in plain attires. The same matter was raised on the floor of Parliament following the cries from the public.
Very many Ugandans have disappeared, and I'm very sure the police officers must be feeling ashamed by now. That is why they are delaying, they are dragging up and down. They do not want to produce the list. Let them produce the list. If some of these guys are killed, let them tell us clearly.
Although Parliament tasked the line minister to act by putting to the public the list of the said abductees, to date the Minister of Internal Affairs has remained tight-lipped over the matter, with only flimsy contradiction among state security institutions on who is holding who in which custody.
We read in the media that the list has indeed been forwarded to the Minister of Internal Affairs. And Right Honourable Speaker, this matter centers on the constitutional rights of the citizens of this country.
Nonetheless, members are concerned with contradictions by security agencies.
Madam Speaker, the President has invited all the DPCs, RPCs, and when you read that story, you find that still there is a clash between security agencies, and the police is complaining about being accused of not doing its work. yet the army is having these people. So
that the police and the UPDF are fighting. They say we are not the ones responsible, we are not the ones responsible. Even when it comes to releasing the list, because I thought after the commander-in-chief has directed, 2 weeks now down the road, they are not obeying. Who are these people? Was the president being honest when he said, I'm directing these people to publish the list?
It's on this note that members demand that individual relatives be permitted to present names of their relatives, a matter raised by Kalungu West MP Joseph Sewungu.
So it will be procedure okay to know why the minister is not giving us the list. And if he has failed, I am ready to provide the list of those people who have been abducted to the parliament.
Earlier on, again, Madam Speaker, you know this boxer was killed. The president had come up and said, we apologize, I know it was a security people. But the family is up now asking, we have not had these officers being arrested or paraded.
Speaker Kadaga ruled that all those individual persons who could be having lists of those said to be in detention forward them for follow-up.
Those members who have missing people to produce a list, present it here, then we ask the government to account for those people. I think that's what we can do at this stage. I think that's what we can do, and I think that's the neatest way.
It should, however, be noted that even after the shooting of one boxer, Zebra Senyange, the president tasked security agencies to provide information on his death, which information has since not been released. The question that remains ping-pong game is who is fooling who. Susan Naonga reporting for UBC TV.
Police firing squad has arrested 4 murder suspects in Greater Savannah region. The arrested 4 are linked to the recent murder of SFC officer Major Noel Mwesige, who was killed in cold blood in Luwero district. Late Major Noel Mwesige succumbed to bullet wounds sustained on the 17th of January 2021. According to Criminal Investigation Directorate spokesperson Charles Twine, the arrested were found with a gun suspected to have been used in the murder of Sigwa.
According to the spokesperson of the Crime Investigations Directorate, Charles Twine, the arrested were found with a gun that belonged to Major Noel Mwesige.
They robbed so many victims, and some of them include, of course, the deceased Major Noel Mwesige, who was murdered on the 17th of February. They took his pistol as well as his money. But he was a soldier attached to SFC.
The arrested are Olenga Mansul, Mwanje Rogers, Yiga Rashid, and Mwanje Samuel, all from the Savannah region. According to investigations, the 4 are linked to other crimes, including aggravated robbery.
Others is the killer gun that was used to kill the late Major Noel, as well as some other pieces of magazine, and so many other exhibits which I may not really discuss into the nitty-gritties. But we believe we are on the right track, and this suspect will be charged to court.
Among the exhibits found with the suspects was a motorcycle registration number UEV 185W, which has been under police surveillance for a long time over robbery-related crimes. These are to be charged with murder and aggravated robbery, though their file is still on hold as investigations continue.
People, unfortunately, they had also murdered some people in Luwero as well as Nakasongola. So we have so many files against them in that greater Savannah region, which files include allegations of murder and robbery. We are going to continue profiling them.
Meanwhile, Grade 1 Magistrate at City Hall, Tomohimbi Severarian, has remanded one Kawoya Ahmed to Kitara Prison after being charged with utterance of false documents and impersonation. Kawoya was caught by officers attached to the State House Anti-Corruption Unit after complaints of him disguising as an employee in the President's office.
Yes, sir.
Abdul Nasir Luwan, UBC News.
University students in Uganda have got an opportunity to study courses like allied health, aerospace and airframe engineering technology, courtesy of Southern University, Shreveport, Louisiana, in the United States of America. Now, this is to be effected through a memorandum of understanding signed between Advance International University in Uganda and the Southern University, Shreveport, Louisiana. The agreement that puts emphasis on developing concepts and exchange of ideas comes with joint academic programs empowering regional workforce and technical global approach. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed during a virtual meeting held both in Kampala and the US, witnessed by State Minister for Primary Education Rosemary Seninde. The Chancellor Advance University and International University, Professor Kayanja Francis, said they are to identify needs and gaps in the workforce skills. State Minister for Primary Education, Rosemary Seninde, believes this agreement offers opportunity to expand educational programs that will bridge the skills and research and resource gaps.
The second is the fact that we are getting technology transfer, we are getting skills transfer, we are getting exchange of lecturers and students. The key things we are looking for here is labor competitiveness. Our people to be able to get employed globally. Because the type of training we are going to be offering at Advance under this collaboration will be the same type of training or education a student who lives in Uganda and go and study in Switzerland will get. And the qualification will be hence respected internationally. That's to identify needs and gaps in workforce skills in East Africa and develop workforce skills programs to close the gaps. We will carry out joint research projects and mutual exchange of information. That is what academia is all about.
kubanga ekusokera ddanga Uganda obanga Africa tumanyi nti ekimu ku kusomoza kwe tulina nti abaana baffe ne bwe baba basomedde wano ne bagenda mu nsi nga Canada nga America mawanga ago nga Bungereza oluusi tebafuna mukisa kugenderawo mu job market baagala nnyo ate basooke bamale okuddamu okubasomesa kitegeeza nti oba oliawo waliwo okubeera nti okuvuganya mu byensomesa fenga Uganda bwe tufuna omukisa nga university nga zino nga zigenda kujja ziyambeko mu kutendeka abasomesa baffe ate n'okulaba nga n'abaana batendekebwa nga bajja kusobola bulungi nnyo nti bwe bamaliriza ne bw'aba agenze Canada oba
Now, Muni University in Arua is fast becoming a case study for universities transiting from being community funded to government owned. Now, the transition task force for Mountains of the Moon University in Fort Portal City, Rwenzori region, has visited Muni to benchmark. Cabinet approved a proposal to take over Mountains of the Moon University in Fort Portal on the 7th of December 2020, and it will become the 10th public university in the country.
The Vice-Chancellor, Mountain of the Moon University, Paya Sachang, has travelled to West Nile in Arua for a benchmarking visit to Muni University. The two universities have a good relationship and keep learning from each other. Achang said this is aimed at taking lesson of Muni's transition into a public university.
Muni University has very special features in the context of the development, very pragmatic, patient, knowing what he wants to do from the scenery you see. But I think also it's crucial that it's a university which has never had a single strike. Mountains of the Moon University also has never had a strike. So the two have some similarities that we can learn. And so
Achanga thanked government through Ministry of Education for considering Mountain of the Moon University, whose transition task force has lasted for 2 years now.
This means we continue to develop. We have a task force which has run government funds for the last 2.5 years without any single audit query. We get audited through Ministry of Education and Sports. We have put some infrastructure based on the fundings we got. We have validated the staff of the private entity. We've developed policies that should be received by the first upcoming council. Is agriculture, environmental sciences, ecotourism, health related like Muni, among others.
According to the Vice Chancellor of Muni University, Christine Dranjua, such collaboration among universities in Uganda can contribute to development of the country through exchange of ideas.
Goes well in Mountains of the Moon with all its uniqueness may apply for us, may not apply in its entirety, but there are aspects that we borrow and help to grow our systems here. One of the things, we can send our staff to train in Mountains of the Moon. We can send our students for exchange visits. This all enhance cultural diversity, cultural growth, and that is where you get development enhanced.
Christine Dranjua called on Ugandans to encourage girls keep in school and make use of the education institutions.
Our girls to study, our parents should be able to send everybody that is in need of education, especially the youth, to advance themselves in knowledge creation, skills enhancement.
So this is your opportunity. Support your universities, be part of its ownership, its development, sending your students here, your kids here, and also playing a part in its community.
Democratic Party has promised to participate in the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue IPOD meeting scheduled for this Friday, the 5th of March 2021. The party has asked the incoming chairman of the summit, NRM's Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to dialogue and discuss current and increasing political issues affecting the country. This was during a media briefing at DP headquarters in Kampala.
Democratic Party has accepted to dialogue and is to participate in the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue IPOD Summit slated for this Friday, 5th March 2021. The party spokesperson, Okolel Opiyolo Amanu, says the summit will help in resolving some of the political issues the country is faced with at the moment.
The main agenda for this summit was communicated earlier and it was clear, and it is still clear. And I have just mentioned it here. It is basically to discuss the conundrum that has befallen Ugandans.
The party has come out to urge incoming chairman of IPOD, NRM's Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to bring to table current increasing issues, especially human rights abuse.
We speak now. Thousands of Ugandans are under detention. Others are incarcerated, incommunicado. Many have lost their lives. Others have disappeared without their parents or loved ones knowing their whereabouts. We therefore think strongly that this is the time to have a conversation with those that continue to keep our people on how the situation can be remedied.
Although some political parties, such as FDC, have distanced themselves from the forthcoming summit, DP believes that the dialogue is the only way political parties can discuss matters that influence their organizations.
We do strongly believe that a frank discussion by responsible representatives of IPOD member parties, together with other non-member political parties that may be invited as observers, can allow for a proper diagnosis of the problem and information sharing that can lead us to a solution of the conundrum that we face at present.
The Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue IPOD Summit is scheduled to take place on 5th March 2021 at Kololo Independence Grounds.
Lydia Chomkama, UBC News.
Well, UBC News at 8 takes a very short break, but we'll return with more stories. Don't move an inch.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Stay connected to the largest 4G network in Uganda, anytime, anywhere, using the Airtel 4G Pocket MiFi, available at only 123,000 Uganda shillings. This comes with 15 GB free, valid for a month. You can connect up to 10 users at a go and still enjoy a shared yet unmatched internet experience. Dial *175*9# to activate free 15 GB. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get one today. Airtel, the smartphone network. Airtel is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Kapo, you seem to be in a hurry. Where are you going to?
I'm gonna pay URA visit.
But you can access URA online. Why pay a visit?
To know more about the Kakasa Business Solutions, namely digital tracking solution, the voluntary disclosure program, and electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing solution, which have turned my business around. You know I need to be on top of my game to protect my empire. If you know, you know.
I too need to know what Kapo knows.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business. Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Wait.
No one should stop you from finishing what's yours. That's why MTN gives you data bundles that don't expire. Load MTN Freedom Bundles using My MTN app and enjoy the freedom to finish your data bundles.
MTN.
Your safety while using electricity starts with having a certified technician to wire your premises. Do not use Camille.
Socket. Chisaka, now that the wiring is complete, how do I get power?
No, I'll get you power in my own way. And you don't even have to worry about the bills. I'll bring them myself. Is your neighbor there?
She went to work.
Does she have power?
Yes, she has.
If your neighbor has power, you have power. Desist from illegal connections because they are not only dangerous, but could lead to prosecution and death.
Chisaka, what is this? Oh my God, I'm from Umeme.
I did not say Umeme. I am from Umeme. At Umeme, your safety is our top priority. Report illegal practices to Umeme when you detect them. Download the Umeme app for other services. Stay alert, stay safe, save lives. Umeme, powering Uganda.
Kwate simu. Kwate simu. Kwate simu. Kwate simu. For the first time in Uganda, you can pay in installments and own a smartphone instantly. Get to own the Samsung A3 Core, Samsung A01 or Samsung A11 and pay back in either daily, weekly or monthly installments for a period of a year. To check if you're eligible for the offer, dial *284*49# today. You also enjoy free 500 MB on the purchased phone every month for the entire loan repayment period. Uganda nyuma. Atenga kusasula mpola. Kwate simu. Airtel, the smartphone network, in proud partnership with MasterCard, Samsung, and Asante Financial Services.
Welcome back from the break, and we're glad that you're still watching UBC News at 8. Now we delve into sports news with very exciting news. The Uganda's national team, the Hippos, has become the first since 1978 to qualify for gold medal match on the continent. Now the Hippos ejected Tunisia at the semi-final stage of the ongoing AFCON Under-20 in Mauritania.
Our team played very well. There was high team spirit. We were a unit. We had a focused play. The players knew how to qualify for the finals. There was very good command from the technical bench. And the instructions picked by the players so fast.
As the FIFA president said, football is a process, not an event. And as he mentioned earlier, that football is not parliament where you have to pick from other areas that we should have equal representation. These are talents picked from different areas.
Well, thank you so much for your company this lovely evening, but do join me at 10 o'clock for UBC News tonight. I'm Lorena Masika Kazimoto. See you later.
My name is Okello Stephen. I'm the Executive Director and National Bureau for NGOs, that is commonly known as the NGO Bureau. Here at the NGO Bureau, we observe the SOPs for the COVID-19. We ensure that everyone's temperature is taken upon arrival here at work, and we ensure that everyone sanitizes and wears a mask, and also we ensure that there's social distancing. Now, for the purpose of this particular